American Pickers Mike Wolfe drops major clue for show's return. American Pickers star Mike Wolfe recently provided a major update on the series' return after a lengthy hiatus. The History Channel show hasn't aired any new episodes after episode 31, which aired on October 9, 2022. So it has been more than a month and fans eagerly await American Pickers' return with new episodes. So when does the show return? Keep reading to find out the details. Team American Pickers to film at California in January. Season 23 started with poor ratings after the series shifted to a new time slot. Moreover, Frank Fritz's firing from the show added fuel to the fire, leading to some of the worst ratings in American Pickers history. However, the show is now returning soon, as confirmed by Mike Wolfe recently, and previously by his brother Robbie Wolfe. On Sunday, the 58-year-old took to Instagram to share a pair of pictures from inside his 34 Ford Cabriolet. As per The Sun, the photos captured the beautiful wooden dashboard of the vehicle, while also giving a sneak of Mike's dog Francie, riding on the passenger side. The reality star captioned the post, 1934 Ford Cabriolet morning on HOI 67, LeClaire, Iowa. In the comments, Adrian Yunch, a Los Angeles-based music producer, replied with 3 fire emojis, and also received a response from the host. Mike responded, Robbie Wolfe confirms American Pickers' return. Earlier this month, Robbie revealed on Instagram that the American Pickers crew is working hard to create new episodes. He also posted an update on the show's hiatus with a humorous picture. The picture showed Robbie piled with 2 other crew members in the front passenger seat of a car as they wrestled for shotgun privileges. He captioned the post, "It's Monday and I called shotgun." The crew working hard bringing all new American Pickers in January. Fans flocked to the comment section as one claimed they needed more American Pickers episodes as a few weeks aren't enough. Frank Fritz is currently under conservatorship. Robbie's reveal about the show status comes after the latest American Pickers episodes suffered staggeringly low ratings. The show that grabbed 5.3 million viewers back in 2010 when it premiered on History Channel has dropped to 804,000 for its March 19, 2022 episode. In August, the show saw a further decrease in viewership after new episodes were moved to the 8 p.m. slot instead of the usual 9 p.m. slot. Several loyal fans also decided to boycott the show after Frank Fritz was dropped and was unlikely to return anytime soon. Currently, the former TV personality is under conservatorship after suffering a stroke in July. Since September 6, 2022, Frank has been living at a rehabilitation center and healing. Mike Wolfe, the sharp-eyed treasure hunter and heart of American Pickers, leaned back in his favorite leather chair, the faint scent of rusted iron and sun-dried wood surrounding him like a comforting old friend. The world of picking was a place of endless stories, forgotten relics, and hidden gems. But lately, the show that had given these stories a voice had been quiet. Too quiet. For months, rumors swirled about the future of American Pickers. Was it gone for good? Would the next season ever come? Fans held their breath, waiting for any scrap of news about the show's return. Social media buzzed with speculation, but Mike remained tight-lipped. The silence was deafening. That was until now. It started with a cryptic Instagram post, a familiar way Mike liked to drop hints. A photo of an old, rusty gas pump stood front and center, but there was something different about this one. It wasn't just a typical shot of vintage Americana that fans had come to expect. The caption read, "One man's rust is another man's treasure. Sometimes the road leads you back to where it all began." Fans exploded into speculation. The mention of returning to where it all began sent longtime viewers into a frenzy, and theories flooded the comments section. Was Mike teasing a return to the show's original roots? A back-to-basics approach, hitting the same dusty roads and small-town barns that had built the show's early success. But there was more hidden in that post than most realized. Hardcore followers noticed the reflection of a building in the gas pump's glass. To the untrained eye, it was just a blur, but to those who had followed Mike's journey for years, it was unmistakable. The reflection was the silhouette of the antique archaeology store, Mike's first shop in LeClaire, Iowa, the place where the American Pickers' adventure had truly begun. The clues were all there, but Mike wasn't done. Days later, another post appeared. This time, it was a video. Mike stood outside the shop, the sun setting behind him, casting long shadows across the gravel lot. In his hand, he held a vintage camera, its leather strap worn and frayed from decades of use. "Some things never change," Mike said, a sly smile playing on his lips. "But sometimes you've got to shake the dust off and take a fresh look at what's been sitting right under your nose." He panned the camera over the landscape, capturing glimpses of faded signs, rusted bicycles, and a weathered barn in the distance. Then with a quick snap, the video cut to black, and 3 words flashed across the screen: "The hunt returns." Fans were electrified. It was the clearest indication yet that American Pickers was not only coming back, but it was gearing up for something big. Something special. The promise of new adventures, new picks, and a return to the roots that had made the show a staple of reality television for over a decade. But what did the hunt returns really mean? As the days passed, more pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. Mike started dropping small, seemingly innocuous hints during interviews and guest appearances. He spoke of unfinished business and picks that got away, tantalizing fans with the idea that the new season would focus on revisiting old haunts and long-lost treasures. Then came the bombshell. In a candid conversation on a podcast dedicated to antique collectors, Mike let slip a major clue. "There's a place I've always wanted to go back to," he said, his voice taking on a nostalgic tone. "We found something there years ago, something that, let's just say, we weren't quite ready to deal with back then. But now's the time." The internet exploded once again. Fans scrambled to piece together the mystery of this elusive pick, scouring old episodes for any mention of a place that Mike might have left behind. One name kept surfacing in discussions: a massive barn, tucked away in the heart of Pennsylvania, owned by a reclusive collector who had once promised Mike access to his vast collection, but had later pulled out at the last minute. Could this be the place Mike was referring to? The one that got away? As anticipation built, Mike continued to stoke the fire, sharing behind-the-scenes photos of the American Pickers team loading up the van with gear, ready for another journey into the unknown. The images showed stacks of crates, old maps, and the familiar faces of Danielle Colby and Robbie Wolfe, all geared up for the hunt. The gang was getting back together, and it was clear that they were heading towards something big. Fans speculated that the new season would not only revisit old locations, but perhaps even feature guest appearances from people and places that had played a pivotal role in the show's history. Longtime watchers hoped for a reunion with Frank Fritz, whose absence had left a noticeable gap in the dynamic duo. While Mike remained coy about Frank's involvement, there was a sense that anything was possible. And then finally, the official announcement came. American Pickers was returning, not just as a continuation of the series, but as a celebration of everything that had come before. The new season would be a blend of past and present, revisiting classic picks while diving headfirst into uncharted territories. Mike's clues had all led to this moment: a renewal, a revival, and a chance to relive the magic that had captivated audiences for years. The tagline for the new season: "The treasure hunt is never over." With that, Mike Wolfe had done it again. He had reignited the passion of fans, drawing them back into the world of forgotten relics and untold stories. And as the dust settled on the cryptic clues and hints, one thing was clear. The pick was far from over. The road stretched out ahead, full of mystery and promise, just waiting for Mike and his team to uncover its secrets.